So your biggest question, do I have postpartum depression? I will give you 5 signs that you are suffering from postpartum depression. Hi, I'm Danielle Cotis, maternal wellness coach. I help moms who have postpartum depression, anxiety, and OCD heal naturally using energy healing, energy psychology, and nutrition. So, do you have it or not, right? Okay, so talking from a mom who suffered with postpartum depression, anxiety, and OCD, I'm going to share with you what the signs and symptoms would be from a mom who's been there, and as well as my clients who have been there as well. So number one sign that you have postpartum depression is that you feel like an utter failure, right? Everything feels like you're failing. You feel like you're failing at breastfeeding. You feel like you're failing at soothing your baby. You feel like you are failing at your labor and delivery. You feel like you are failing to feed your baby, clothe your baby. Everything just feels like a complete and utter failure. Now, granted, this is a normal part of motherhood, but it's going to feel more intense for you. It's going to feel like, you were just terrible at mothering, right? That you weren't cut out to do this, right? That you don't have a manual, that you just can't really get yourself together as a mom, and you weren't cut out to do this. It's just going to feel like you are just failing at literally everything. Number 2, you're going to feel extreme shame and guilt, okay? This goes along with feeling a failure. You're just going to feel this heaviness that you're just this terrible person, this terrible mom that just can't get it together. You're going to feel like, your kids would be better off without you, that maybe your child would be better off with somebody else, that someone could take better care of them. And you're going to feel ashamed about how you feel. If you're feeling miserable, right? You're not loving motherhood to the fullest. You're thinking that it's hard and that you're failing. Like, you're obviously not going to be enjoying yourself at all. And you're going to feel shameful for feeling this way, right? Guilt ridden. And you're not going to want to share how you feel about motherhood to anybody, because you're going to be like, oh God, everybody told me motherhood was going to be wonderful, all these rainbows and butterflies, and it sucks. And you're going to feel really bad about that. You're going to feel really bad about feeling sad about not being this good mom, not being able to handle it all, do it all, and keep a smile on your face. And chances are you're probably going to be crying and feeling lots of just like, the only way I can put it is just, emotions pouring out of you, just this unbearable pain kind of that you feel. And granted, this may not be all the time. I know the doctors say that this is all the time, lost interest in everything. Unfortunately, postpartum depression as well as anxiety and OCD come in waves. So it may not be that you're like this all the time. It very well may be that you are like this all the time, but just keep in mind, it will just be extreme bouts of it, right? And this can start right after birth, right? We talk about baby blues and things like that, but it can start right after birth. It can go as well into years later. So no matter where you are, just know that this could be a sign of postpartum depression. Number 3, you're going to be mourning your old life, okay? But in a way that like it's excessive, right? Where all moms mourn their old life, right? The lack of responsibility. Like, we don't have any responsibilities. We can leave the house when we want. We can do what we want. We can pursue our hopes and dreams. We can do all of these things, have time for our friends, have time for ourselves. But you're going to be excessively mourning it. I mean, to the point where you are like, what did I do? Why did I have a child? Why is this so hard? If I knew it was going to be this hard, I wouldn't have done this. And you're going to spend hours late night feeding or during the day, just like thinking about all the things that you used to do, right? And possibly all the things that you can't do, right? Moving forward or even right now. And it's going to feel like you lost yourself, right? And all new moms and all moms on all level lose a sense of themselves. And that's for another video, another time. But you're going to feel this excessive like loss, like almost like a piece of you is just gone. And you're going to mourn this piece of you to the point where you're distraught, right? You're in despair, you're crying, you're probably on your knees. Like, why is this happening to me? Why is this so hard? Why do I feel this way? Right. And it's going to be overwhelming to the point where it's just not, oh, you're just crying here and there. It's not just, little bouts of crying. It's going to be excessive when you do cry. It's going to feel like a borderline meltdown, right? And number 4, you're going to feel like almost like the light went out. It took me quite a number of months to realize that the light went out in my eyes. But a lot of my clients describe it as it like happened in the hospital. Now I look back, it definitely happened in the hospital for me. But some of them, it doesn't happen until you get home, sometimes not months in. Sometimes you may not be experiencing this till 12 months in. That's a lot of where a lot of moms start realizing this is what they have and this is what they're dealing with. But it's going to feel like there is no like excessive joy anymore, right? This excessive love, this excessive excitement, it's just not going to be there. A lot of my clients describe it as this like kind of numbing feeling, or just like blah, right? You're just like there. Like that's the only way I can put it, just like life is like, whatever, So there's not going to be that excessiveness, right? Again, postpartum depression, anxiety, OCD, they come in waves. So you may have, bouts of some excitement, some joy, some bonding, things like that. So please keep in mind that it doesn't necessarily mean it's all the time. It might just be some of the time, but it's going to be extreme, right? Feeling like you're not yourself, like yourself. And when you're not yourself, when you are not yourself. So this is definitely that sign where you're like, where did my optimism go? Where did my positive thinking go? Where did this, strong, independent person go? Where did this loving person go? Like, where did that person go? You're going to be questioning yourself. And that's where we describe the light going out of your eyes, because you just know that something is not right? So that's a huge sign, right? And number 5, you're going to feel like you want to run away. You're going to feel like you want to disappear. Again, that your kids might be better off without you. I considered putting my son up for adoption when I was going through this. I'm giggling because I've come out on the other side. But you might find that you feel like maybe your spouse should take care of the baby and you shouldn't, or your mom or somebody else would be better fit for taking care of the baby. It's going to just feel like this sense of pain, right? And with all of this together, between the, feeling like a failure, literally failing at everything. I mean, I failed at breastfeeding, failed at the perfect birth, right? Failed at bonding. I failed at this. I couldn't soothe my son over and over again. So it was just like this constant thing that I'm a bad mom. I'm failing. I am not living up to the expectation that all moms have, right? It's natural to be a mom. It's going to feel like you just can't get it together, and you just feel all this shame and guilt. You want to run away. You want this pain to like go away, and it's just not going away, right? So this excessive mourning and this excessive crying, it may not come, like I said, linearly all the time. It may come in bouts, and you may have ups and downs, but you're going to know that something is not right, and that's probably why you're watching this video. So what do? Okay, you go get help. Do not wait, okay? Talking from a mom who waited to get help because I was fear that I was going to be judged, ridiculed, put in a mental hospital. My son was going to be taken from me. That I was going to be on medication. Like, that was the dumbest thing I could have possibly done, was wait to get help. So please do not wait to get help. I am not a therapist. I am a coach, okay? A maternal wellness coach. I coach moms who have postpartum depression and anxiety, but I am not a licensed medical professional. So make sure that you are going to see your OBGYN, that you are seeing a maternal mental health specialist. That type of therapy is the best for you. Someone who specializes in postpartum depression, anxiety, OCD. You need a therapist like that, okay? Only 10% of medical professionals actually know what postpartum mood disorders are, okay? And only a fraction of them know how to treat it. So make sure you're seeing a specialist. They will not know how to help you. A regular therapist will not know how to help you. Go see a specialist. Join a support group. Follow me on Instagram at Your Mom Coach. I have all kinds of tools and resources for you to help get through this, okay? You will get through this, but you will not get through it by yourself. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This happens to billions of moms all around the world, okay, unfortunately, and it's my mission to make sure that this doesn't happen to anybody else anymore, and that you guys get the tools and resources and support you need and deserve right now, okay, and even prior to birth. So I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I know what it's like. It feels devastating. You don't understand why this is happening to you, but I promise you it's totally treatable, totally curable. You can totally feel like yourself again. You can totally find the light back in your eyes and feel really good and have lots of joy and enjoy motherhood. You just need some help and support. If this video was helpful for you, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell And I will be here with more tools and resources for you in all things that have to do with postpartum and having a wonderful postpartum experience, healing your mind, body, and soul deeply, okay? I will also link a video. If you're not sure if you have postpartum anxiety or OCD, I will link some videos below for you, and I will talk to you soon. Sending you so much light and love. Don't worry, everything is going to be okay, mama. I'm here to support you. Feel free to shoot into my DMs at any time. I love to hear your guys' messages, and comment below if you have any other symptoms or signs that you're not sure if this is what it is. I'd be happy to help you and direct you to a medical professional that could totally help you with what you're going through. Sending you so much light and love, as always.